In the heart of Korea's bustling streets, food is more than nourishment. It is performance, memory, and spectacle. Among the vendors and neon lights, desserts emerge that seem to defy logic. A cake that trembles as though alive, a pancake that bleeds molten sugar, candy spun into the beard of dragons. These are not ordinary sweets. They are living traditions, shaped by history, perfected in markets, and immortalized by the cameras of millions. This is the story of Korea's most captivating street desserts, their visual allure, their unexpected origins, and the secrets of their craft. The Jiggly Castella cake view images have traveled farther across the internet than the trembling bounce of Korea's Castella cake. Golden, steaming, and impossibly soft, it emerges from the oven like a living creature. Vendors lift the massive loaf, slice it cleanly, and the cake quivers, drawing gasps, laughter, and endless videos. Its lineage can be traced to Japan's soufflé cheesecake, yet it was in Seoul's night markets that the dessert became legend. Here, the jiggle was not an accident, it was the centerpiece. What began as a humble cake became an international phenomenon. Its movements hypnotic, its simplicity unforgettable. The secret lies in technique. Eggs separated with precision, whites whipped into clouds, yolks folded with care. The batter, poured into vast molds, rises in ovens where steam guards its moisture. When cut, it does not merely sit, it breathes. Hotteok. If the Castella cake is a spectacle, Hotteok is a comfort. To watch it cook is to see a winter ritual unfold. Dough is pressed onto a griddle, its surface browning, until a bite releases a rush of molten sugar, cinnamon, and crushed nuts. The sweetness burns hot against the cold night air. Though now inseparable from Korean streets, Hotteok arrived centuries ago, carried by Chinese merchants in the late Joseon dynasty. Over time, it adapted, evolving into the quintessential winter street food. Sold in paper cups, eaten standing in the chill. The secret is balance. The yeast dough must rise with patience. The filling must melt without burning. And the cook must press it flat at just the right moment, allowing sugar to flow like lava within its crisp shell. Bungeoppang. The fish that swims only in memory. Bungeoppang, molded in iron forms, emerges golden and smiling. Its belly, filled with red bean paste or custard, steams when torn apart. Children giggle at its shape, while adults taste the nostalgia of their own youth. Its origins lie in Japan's taiyaki, but Korea gave it a new life. The flavors multiplied: chocolate, cream, even savory variations, yet the fish form never changed. It became not just a snack, but a cultural symbol, playful, familiar, enduring. The technique is unforgiving. Cast iron molds must be heated evenly, batter poured to exact measure, and fillings placed with precision. Too little heat and the fish collapses. Too much and it hardens into failure. The perfect bungeoppang is a balance of crisp skin and molten heart. Among the sweeter offerings stands one that straddles the line between meal and dessert: Gyeran-ppang, the egg bread. A small loaf steaming from its mold with a whole egg gleaming at its center. Its taste is both sweet and savory bread rising around the yolk, which remains soft, golden, and warm. Born in the 1980s, it quickly became a winter staple, beloved for its simplicity and heartiness. Street corners filled with the smell of baking bread, and generations of Koreans have found comfort in its embrace. The craft is deceptively simple. A batter is poured into metal molds, a fresh egg cracked on top. As it bakes, the bread envelops the egg, sealing warmth inside. The result is not just a snack, it is sustenance disguised as sweetness. Chapssaltteok is the Korean expression of mochi. When pulled apart, it stretches like memory itself, before revealing the sweetness of red bean paste within. Though influenced by Japan, Chapssaltteok took on distinctly Korean traits. Glutinous rice, steamed and pounded, created a dessert that became synonymous with celebration and good fortune. To eat it is to taste tradition carried through centuries. Its technique demands speed. The dough must be hot, the filling smooth, the shaping fast enough to prevent sticking. The reward is texture itself, the perfect chew, soft yet firm, familiar yet extraordinary. Honeycomb ice cream. Modern in appearance, yet timeless in taste, honeycomb ice cream is both elegance and excess. A swirl of soft serve crowned with raw honeycomb, its golden surface glistens against the cold white cream. Though born in cafes, it spilled into the streets and became an instant phenomenon. The photograph was irresistible glowing honey against melting ice. Social media carried it beyond Korea's borders, making it a global indulgence. Its secret lies not in complexity, but purity. Honey, unaltered, placed atop ice cream fresh from the machine. Wax holds the sweetness until the first bite releases a flood of syrup into the cold. Dragon's beard candy. There are candies, and then there is a performance. Dragon's beard candy begins as a solid block of sugar. In the hands of the vendor, it stretches, splits, and stretches again until it becomes thousands of threads finer than hair. Each step draws applause. Each pull transforms the sugar closer to silk. Its origins are ancient, its journey traced back to China. Yet in Korea, it thrives as both art and treat. Inside the delicate strands lie nuts and sesame seeds, crunching softly against the melt of sugar. The secret is precision. The sugar must be pliable, stretched at speed, dusted with starch at every turn. Too slow and it breaks, too fast and it dissolves. The true mastery lies in the balance between patience and performance. Kwabaegi is humble, no theatrics, no spectacle, yet it is beloved beyond measure. For many Koreans, it is the taste of childhood, bought outside schools, eaten on the walk home. Its origins are simple: dough leavened with yeast, twisted into ropes, and fried until airy. Cinnamon or sugar finishes the job, coating each twist with sweetness. The technique is small in complexity, but large in impact. Allow the dough to rise just enough, twist with care, and fry until balance is achieved. Crispy outside, tender within. Tornado cotton candy. Cotton candy is familiar the world over, but in Korea it has become art. Vendors spin sugar into massive rainbow towers, sculpting flowers, hearts, and tornado-shaped spirals that tower over a child's head. Though the treat itself is global, Korea transformed it into a performance. Crowds gather not just to eat, but to watch. Each spin of the machine creates layers of color, patterns too delicate to last, captured only in photos and memory. Its technique is part engineering, part artistry. Flavored sugars are layered, spun, and shaped in machines designed for scale. The result is sculpture made of sweetness, destined to vanish in moments. Dalgona. At the end of this journey stands Dalgona disc of sugar, brittle and golden, stamped with a shape. For decades, it was a schoolyard game. Eat the candy without breaking the imprint. Born in the 1960s, Dalgona became a memory for millions of Koreans. Then, through a global television phenomenon, it returned, reminding the world that even the simplest candy can carry the weight of culture. The method remains unchanged. Sugar melted to caramel, baking soda stirred in, pressed flat, and stamped before cooling. Its simplicity is its strength. One mistake and it burns. One perfect moment and it hardens into nostalgia. Together, these desserts form more than a menu. They form a narrative of Korea itself. A culture where food is theater, where history breathes in every bite, and where even a cake can seem alive. They remind us that desserts are not only about sweetness, they are about memory, ritual, artistry, and the universal human need to turn nourishment into joy.